Howdy, folks. A couple of you have been asking where I've been. It's been, I haven't posted in probably 4 months. Videos of doing stuff. I've been very, very busy with lots of different things, but there's been basically, two factors that have kept me away from making videos and everything. First one is I got a new job. It's been keeping me very busy. Love my new job. It's been great. Lots of great people. But it's much more demanding than the last job. So there's another reason right there. Is my dog. Here he comes. There he comes. He's a very happy boy. He loves all the yard and the space. We got a couple of acres here. Got a nice little path that goes down to the lake and a couple other things. And the other thing that's been kind of keeping me busy is yard work. So if you can't tell, there was a rock wall here and it failed. And the main reason it failed, and you can argue with me all you want all day long, but this is the reason it failed. They put paper behind the rocks, and this is a boulder wall, and boulder walls are you need a very specific type of construction. As you can tell from the slope, it has failed slowly over many years because it was not built properly. And same with this wall up here, same thing. It's got the very thick paper behind the rock wall, and that rock wall will fail because there's nowhere for the water to go, and what happens is that mud hits behind it, and it wasn't built properly. There's no class 5 behind there, there's no sand or anything, or a way to get rid of the water, so the water just kind of sits there and pushes it forward. And evidence by there is the top of the paper. Okay, this is probably a 3 or 4 foot tall piece of paper, which would have been started up way up here and has sunk multiple feet, and you just tell by the grade. I can barely mow that without feel like I'm going to fall into the mower. So that's one thing. I've been moving all those things, and you might be wondering, hey, where all the rocks go? Because a lot of big boulders. Well, I've been doing my very best to try and move them by myself, and I can't move them. What I do is I just kind of move the big ones over here. A nice little neat line. And then the ones that I can carry, let me kind of show you, is I've been replacing these. So these are all I carried. Two little hands. makes me pretty tired. And then filling in with rocks, because this is what the landscaping used to look like. Slowly, surely, a couple hours every day, we are removing the old stuff that is sunken in and replacing it with the boulders that were in the retaining wall, with just a nice long line into the driveway, and then some rocks that go with it. Another little area that again, every single rock has been put up, and where's what's left of 40 tons of rock, and then another about 20-25 tons of class 5 for those retaining walls that I do have to replace. So this is what I've been up to, and kind of breaking a sweat every day. And I will say it is a good feeling to work with your hands, do something every day, show some progress. And what you find is that life's a little easier when you build something with your hands. These two things right here. You feel a little bit better. You stand a little taller, chest is a little bit bigger, and it doesn't matter really who you are. You stand back and you say, this is going to look pretty good. And I did it. Is it the best? I don't know. But it's a heck of a lot better. And I will admit, I absolutely hate landscaping. It is the bane of my existence. And this stuff right here, I would just, if I could pave it over, I would. But, we've got such beautiful trees, it just wouldn't be proper. So I've been doing a number of these along the house. There's one way up here that you can't see, but fits the decor, I think, of the kind of the outside landscape. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Been pretty busy. I've made a couple kitchen projects for some folks, and here, let me show you what I got in the shop right now. Before we jump into the shop, but I can't go like 4 feet without running into something that I built. So these were at one point just kind of stacked up against the house, and they were falling, and it just kind of looked ugly. But kids and I helped me make these canoe and kayak holders, which was a fun little project. Painted them up so at least they stand the weather for as long as possible. Put them on stilts, little pieces of landscape rock so that they don't wick up as much moisture from the bottom as if they were just on bare dirt. And this is the first time I've had a septic. So here's the septic field, and what I did is I tried to gussy up the area here because it used to look like all that other stuff way back over yonder. And so I took all the rocks again, moved them all, and tried to hide the as best I could little septic cover, manhole cover that sits over here. So at least it's not a total eyesore, I guess. But you know, again, you do what you can. At the end of the day, your hands hurt, your back hurts a little bit, your legs, you know, hurt. Everything kind of hurts. I mean, moving rocks, I mean, is the ultimate in dead weight, right? But at the end of the day, you at least have something that looks a little nicer for the fam. At the end of the day, it's not total garbage. So let's show you what I'm working on in here. Quick tour of what I'm doing here. A couple folks asked me for some alder doors, some knotty alder, some barnwood doors. So what I've been doing is, you know, just straight table saw, getting these to fit. And I'm not sure if folks were, if I introduced, but I did buy a time saver, and it was not cheap. As a matter of fact, it was very expensive, and I had to get the single phase because I could not get 3-phase out here. But it does run 60 amps, and when this thing clicks on, the lights in the house start to fluctuate a little bit. But I will say this is probably one of the best features I've ever had, just because I can take big glue ups like this, run them through. This is a 37-inch version. You always want bigger. Could have gone with the 43, but they were not available at the time. I couldn't find one, so that's what I've been using it for. Smoothing out panels, kind of, you know, getting them to thickness so they'll fit inside these grooves. But a pair of matching sliding barn doors that are for a couple friends of mine. This is a pool table build that a friend of mine needed some panels. They have been kicked in, so they need to be replaced. A couple tin pieces, and looks like some hardy board. So this was my big purchase, and I absolutely love this thing. And I thought, well, you know, I'm kind of slowing down with the woodworking because the full-time job is starting to kind of get in the way, and you know, it's something's got to give. Something's got to give. So you know, I had to slow down on this, so I only have 2 projects going on at once. So I had to slow down a little bit. I thought, oh geez, you know, I could make some money back. I could sell this thing. And these things, you know, could instantly sell in a heartbeat for exactly what I paid for it, inflation and all that good jazz, yada yada. And I tell you, I can't get rid of it. It's just so good. It is absolutely so good. So cleaned up a little bit for the most part. You know, a neighbor of mine knows, you know, kind of what I do and all the projects and all the silliness that I get up to. And he had a bunch of barn ash. So this stuff is super, super old, super tight grain. Really, really neat stuff. So he gave me a bunch of this for free, and I've been, you know, building some cool projects with it. This is my lumber rack, currently stocked for the moment. I did also build myself a workstation for my dovetail machine. And if you want to hear a stupid story of how I had to pay for this machine 2 times, comment in the doodly-doo there. And if you start your comment with Porter Cable, I will get to your comment first. I prioritize comments based on the keyword that I do. So anyway, that was that piece. And so basically I, just, made some makeshift shelves out of some leftover laminate that, makes some really easy cabinet pieces. But that's essentially what I've been up to lately. And it's been busy. I've been very, very busy. Thank you for those of you who had asked where I've been and, kind of what I've been up to, because I haven't been posting very much. But the new job is going great. I really like it. I have not had a lot of time to do some of the fun hobbies that I'd like to do, like play pool as much as I want to, or, kind of pinball. That's kind of been getting into that as well. I've been slacking on the housework as well, because I got all the outdoor stuff to do. Trying to do all that while the sun is shining and it's not 40 below, so you can dig in the earth a little bit. But that's what I've been up to. So hey, appreciate it. Thanks everybody. It's been really good. We did hit 10,000 subs, so that's really cool. So if you haven't subbed yet or anything, that's cool. Not a problem. If you have a chance, it's free. Doesn't charge you. It doesn't cost you anything. really helped me out, and let me know to keep going. So other stuff you want to see, let me know. I can show you how to use all sorts of fun stuff and all sorts of fun tools. So that's it for me. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, everybody. Talk to you guys later.